those of you who don't know, Donald Trump is now the 46th president of the United States. And, well, no, 47th. Sorry. We're going off 46. And he has his inauguration today. And so there were tons of speeches, tons of people, you know, went out there and spoke on behalf of the president, and, you know, endorsing him and praising him. And one of the people that spoke today during the flurry of executive orders that president was announcing, you know, the inauguration speech and the speech to reporters, all the other information was coming out. Elon Musk made a speech during the inauguration process. And during that speech, he made this motion with his arm. And this is the first post I saw showing me the Elon Musk salute. This was the first post. It was from Christopher Miller, who's, you know, he's a reporter in Ukraine. He wrote The War Came to Us. I recommend it. And I was like, Christopher, come on. I've seen this before. It's the politician wave. You guys know the politician wave, right? You guys seen it before. They stick out their hand like this, and then they slowly wave around the room so they can make sure everybody feels like they're included. It's the politician wave. And that's just him on one side, and he slowly waves his hand to the other side, and then slowly waves it back. And you're just taking a screen grab at the wrong moment in order to get get what's yours, get your political moment, and be like, ah, yes, you were able to call Elon a Nazi. Okay, sure. That was my initial thought, because who would be so stupid to zig heil during the inauguration? Who would be, or even make a motion that could be perceived like a zig heil? And so I looked for the original clip to see what I thought was going to be, that politician wave, and then this is what I found. Let me just full screen it for you guys so you can see it in its full glory.
And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
He did it with enthusiasm. If this was 44 and you're working in the German government at that time, you see somebody do that, you're like, oof. Make that guy, have that guy work in the Gestapo. He'll sniff it out. That's a loyal man right there. It's like a man trying to prove his loyalty to Saddam with that type of enthusiasm. And I mean, like, look, it's so great. Like, his hand goes up in a blur.
And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
What's crazy about this is he immediately follows it up with another one of these. He turns around and does this to the people behind him before then leaving the stage. So this was one of two motions towards the audience, I guess you could say. What is he doing here? He should have been smart enough to know what going from the chest out with your arm like that looks like, and in that speed and fashion and enthusiasm, every part of that looked like a zig heil. I've seen a million politicians get snapped while waving at a certain point to make it look like they're zig heiling so they can put it in like a bad political protest sign or poster, or just make them look bad. And I'm used to that. That's what I was expecting. But he just straight up zig heil. If somebody did this in a World War II German setting, they'd be like, oh yes, that's what that was, and they just keep walking. They're like, oh yes, he did this. It looked just like it. So why did he do this? Now, some people were pointing to the fact that Elon earlier in the day had looked a little weird while Donald Trump was giving his speeches, and that maybe Elon Musk was high. And while being high, he decided he was going to just get a little Reiki. I'm trying to see if I got any footage. Well, this is the thing. I look up Elon Musk to find that footage of him, looking as I describe, but I can't find it. But the only reason I'm talking about this is to discredit it. Like, I don't find it particularly particularly likely. Either way, though, whatever it is, it looks like he's Heiled. Now, let me give you his explanation, or the explanation people are giving. Here is the explanation that I'm hearing as to why Elon Musk decided to do this during the president's inauguration. So apparently, Elon very briefly before this talked about giving his hearts to the people in the audience. And so what's going on is he's throwing his heart to those in the crowd. Oh, here's the video of him supposedly being just tripping out of his mind. I don't know. I don't really put any weight in it. I get bored during ceremonies too, so it is what it is. So as he was talking about giving his heart to the audience, what he was doing, he was putting his hand on his heart and then throwing his heart to the audience. And that he was trying to indicate. Why anyone would read him making that motion as throwing a heart to the audience, I do not know. Why he thought people would read it that way, I also do not know. But that's the defense, that he was throwing his heart to the people, and that's why he not only throws it out in front of him over the lectern, but he also turns around and then throws his heart to the crowd of the people behind him. He was clearly calling for medics as he's having a heart attack. Yeah, that's not how to do that, bud. Yeah, no, this is not how to do that. It's just, look, you know what you could have done? I send my hearts to you, and then that's it. You don't need to make some physical performance. You don't need to jump in the air. You don't need to with your hands. You don't need to, make some physical performance. And if you're going to make a physical performance, make it anything but a Zig Heil. Anyway, do you guys buy it? Do you guys buy that this wasn't deliberate? You're supposed to beat your chest twice, then do the peace sign. This wasn't that. Yeah, like someone go like a little different, And you can change what's at the end of your hand, right? It doesn't have to be a flat palm. A flat palm. He did a flat palm. Why the flat palm? If he just changed it to something like, I give my heart to you, and he went like this and put a peace sign at the end of it, but oh, I get it. Or be like, or if he went like this and he spread his hand out. So he was or if he went I give my heart to you. He could have done it in so many, if he did it in front of him, if he would have opened his hand while throwing it to that direction. So it still would have been a little risky, but it wouldn't have looked exactly like it. But no, he went full flat palm. He doesn't even look like he's throwing something. He even's got the phenome right now of a man who would, get the camps a running. He's got the Himmler phenology. He got the Himmler aesthetic right now. The awkward Himmler aesthetic, man. Not good. Yeah, what's that face? That's what I'm talking about. It's not a good look. Not good. Not good. Anyway, yeah, be careful not to, accidentally hail Hitler. Do your best not to do that. That must have confused some Nazis on the website, especially since Elon was the one talking about and defending HB1 visas. My goodness.